But in the same way in which LeBron was able to, and best example, but there's others obviously, to take his friends from Akron and he's put them all in places to succeed and do well.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I get it. Like not everyone can get to that level, but why is it that Ja, he's obviously close with who he believes that, let's say these are his close friends. Let's say these are really his guys.
Mm-hmm.
Just do the blueprints there. Like you can take them, give them jobs.
Let's simplify.
Get them out.
Let's simplify it, Julian. Sometimes if you have to tell someone like Ja Morant twice not to flash a gun into an Instagram camera, he's not Rich Paul.
Yeah, like, no, I think
you can give everyone the advice, friends, this, that. Sometimes it's so simple to who that person is. Fuck a blueprint, fuck a system, fuck advice. If you have to tell someone, and I have a lot of sympathy and empathy for young people that get a lot of money, attention, fame early. Absolutely. I have so much for it. Mistakes, I don't think they should be defined by.
Mm-hmm.
But certain things that if you have to tell them twice, maybe they're just that.
No, Ja's a fucking idiot. Like, I don't want that to get lost, but I do agree with Mal. It's a complete identity crisis. But he wants to appeal himself to people he has nothing in common with.
But that's why, and that's one of the reasons why, as great as a player as LeBron is, I always say he's a greater person.
He's built a fucking school.
Because he was able to come from the inner cities of Akron, Ohio, right? And you surround yourself with people, but not only that, he listened to the people around him that he knew cared about him. He listened to the people around him, he empowered them, and he knew early that if we do this thing together, we can go places that no other athlete has gone as far as the business is concerned. We can do things and knock down these barriers that other athletes have not been able to knock down. But it takes for LeBron to listen and to trust the people around him in order for him to become the player he is, the business mogul that he is, to become the billion-dollar athlete that he is. That does not happen if he doesn't listen to the people that have his best interests at heart. The thing with Ja is he can have the right people around him, but is he going to listen to these people? Is he going to actively say, you know what? You're right. I'm done. I'm not doing that. I got to carry myself a different way. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't see that in him right now.
Not yet, no. But the NBA is full of older players, veterans, even LeBron himself. I don't want to make LeBron have to take him on as a little brother thing, but the NBA is full of people that are actually from those neighborhoods that Ja wants to be a part of, that actually had to live that life at some point, got out, are living comfortably and made a career of life and put other people, raise their level of income as well. Like, he doesn't have to go far to find someone to connect with.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't expect Ja to take initiative, but I hope that there are players in the NBA that do reach out, not publicly, just like one of the OGs has been in the league for 10, 15 years.
But I'm sure they have. Yeah. When he got suspended, he sat down with Jalen Rose. And if you know the story of Jalen Rose, he got caught in a crack house when he was getting drafted.
Yeah.
He got caught literally buying crack in a crack house.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, is it a violent thing? No, but it's still a thing that the NBA doesn't want to be a part of. Yeah. And Jalen Rose's career could have went a whole different way had that incident not happened and he learned from it and started conducting himself in a different manner. So you give the interview to Jalen Rose, you sit down one-on-one with him, somebody who was there before you, who was a collegiate star, who was a star in the NBA, who had a great career now. He's doing great on television. This is somebody that can show you, like, bro, you got to change what you're doing. You got to switch up your energy. You got to switch up your frequency, because the way you headed right now, the NBA it's a draft every year. They will find somebody to start in your position.
Yeah, they don't care.
The NBA, one season and the entire league will forget that you ever existed, because it's another draft with another young kid that jumps high, that flies high, that's exciting, that's fun to watch. It's like the NBA doesn't need you, Ja Morant. Like, you need the NBA. The NBA does not need you. And I think that's an ego thing that a lot of these players have when they feel like they're that good to where, oh, I'm indisposable. Like, no, the NBA can't get rid of me. No, I promise you, the NBA can and will get rid of you if you keep going down this road.
But that's why I think LeBron is a terrible example, because he is such a once-in-a-lifetime person when you have that type of athletic talent plus the type of mind off court.
Yeah.
Like, that's what separates. We've seen, what was dude that was above LeBron in high school? They put a doc out about him.
Lenny Cook?
Lenny Cook, just as athletic as LeBron, but drastically different mind states. That's like what separates. We've even seen it like with artists too. You've sat with artists in studios that are putting, they're new, they're putting music out, and you're like, oh, I fuck with it. Let me see what they're working on. And then you meet them, you're like, oh, he's gonna go far because of the conversation we had. I could tell he has a plan, a good head on his shoulder.
Yeah.
It's different. Like, he could have played me nothing today, and I could tell he's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Then there's been times where artists have put out incredible music, and I've met them, I'm like, damn, I don't think this is gonna last very long. Just because he kind of caught a lick with this moment in music the same way some people catch a lick in just being born with amazing athleticism. That can only take you so far.
It's everything else. It's everything else away from your talent that's going to keep you there. Your talent will get you there, but it's the person that you are. It's your personality. It's the way you carry yourself. It's your morals and things like that that keep you in that type of environment. And, unfortunately for Ja, one of my favorite players, love watching him, but I know I've seen this movie before, and I know how this movie ends, and it's unfortunate, but like I said, it's a draft every year, and it'll come 2-3 years where we look up and be like, yeah, Ja was really good.
I don't think he needs a mentor. I think he just needs to listen to Lil Durk and J. Cole all my life to really understand that we got to put the guns down. It's all about the kids.
I mean,
if he just would have watched that video, if that video came out 1 week before, I don't think Ja's flashing that gun in that camera.
I think J. Cole was rapping about like getting his shit off, so I don't know.
I still didn't see that video.
It's I Know I Can for this generation. I don't mean that in a bad way.
No, I get it.
It's a really good record. These records are super important, especially coming from Durk, and I'm glad that Cole got on a record like this. Because as we speak all the time, Durk and his generation of rappers talk to the young kids. So like Cole and my generation of rappers could preach all day about certain stuff. These kids are not necessarily going to listen to them because they look up to the Durks of the world. So I'm glad Durk put a record out like this. I don't know if I'm going to listen to it because like the Kids on the Hook thing is, just not for like me.
Not your thing.
Not for like me and the whip. Yeah. But I can really appreciate Durk, especially putting a song out like this and the importance of it. And Cole naturally got his shit off. I mean, I think Durk maybe should have put Doja on this. I think it would have touched the streets a little bit better. But how do we feel about the one Cole bar? I figured that was going to stir up the timeline, and it actually kind of didn't. If you never posted a rapper before they pass, don't post them.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, it's a better bar. I'm butchering it. I disagree, man.
Yeah.
I always find it annoying outside of the obvious when rappers do pass that social media becomes this whole like, he was my favorite rapper, like all this important shit. It's like, huh? Like, did you even listen to him?
He said, if you ain't ever posted a rapper when he was alive, you can't post about him after you get hit. It's simple. It's the principle.
Now, I think in a lot of cases that can be true, and I've seen that. And it does get kind of annoying and weird and very much like, hey, look at me, rather than rest in peace to this person that just passed. But I think the amount of people that did not listen to Nipsey or knew Nipsey's message got it after he passed. And I think that had a lot to do with the trend of posting him. Because a lot of us, of course, listened to Nipsey before and posted him after. But there was a trend of people, hopping on the RIP wave. But I think that spread Nipsey's message and music so much further that like that form of clout chasing attention in death is okay to me.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't.
I mean, I get Cole was just doing a bar, and it was a clever one. And
to his credit, he was talking to the media. He said, "Into the media, thirsty for clicks," and then he states that's his new rule. So he's not directing it at potential fans.
Well, social media is media.
He's talking about like Complex.
Okay, but
like
even
hip-hop,
still social media.
Yeah, but like he's talking about the organizations, not the individual listeners.
But even with media, I would say that there's a lot of platforms I saw that did not give Nipsey any love and did when he passed, which helped to some degree of getting his message and music out there. I totally get what Cole was saying. There's so many rappers. And even when he mentioned, like, sometimes the first time I ever hear of a rapper is because there's an RIP on a platform.
Well,
didn't post them before.
That's what I was getting ready to say. A lot of the times, it's not that, certain outlets didn't know. Well, actually, that is what it is. A lot of the times, a lot of these people just don't know about certain artists and certain people until like an entire, something unfortunately happens, the person passes away, then you see all these people posting and talking about him. And you're like, damn, I didn't know who that was. Then you go and listen to the person and hear what they were doing. Like, oh, this person was really talented.
Yeah.
So sometimes it happens like that. But we do know that for the most part, it's just, trying to generate clicks, trying to generate, these hashtags for everybody to jump behind, and then you post a picture that you took of this person, or post like a DM or text messages between you and the person. It's just, a lot of things that I think is corny and weird. I just have to accept that maybe that's just the way that this world is now. Like certain things just are what they are. Me personally, I would never post text messages with somebody that passed away that was, a celebrity, or even a regular person in my family. I just would never do that because to me, it's personal.
Mm-hmm.
This person is passed now. I want to keep this to myself. I'm not looking to get no clicks. And then when you're looking to get clicks and all of that, then you're leaving yourself open for people to be disrespectful in the comments, which now creates another reaction type. It's just, you just putting something that's very sentimental and very sensitive into the public timeline for people to do and say whatever they want with it. And I stay away from that. But I understand, if people have a picture with an artist that they loved and he passed and they never posted it, and now that the person's passed, this is their way of, paying homage to the person or, paying their respects to the person. I get it, but a lot of the times it is, cloudy and clickbait type of thing. And me personally, I can't get behind that.
Mal, I'm sorry, go ahead, Rory.
I guess I'm just trying not to be the typical negative Nancy that I am when I come in here all the time. Like, I'm trying to, no matter what, it's going to happen. So I'm trying to find the good in that clickbaity clout shit. Because I found out about rappers after they passed. Mm-hmm. And that's simply because, unfortunately, they passed. But it took their music further. And it got to me. And I was like, oh, wow, this is really dope. Mm-hmm. So I think there is value to it.
That's fair.
That's what I was going to ask you guys. Actually, what rappers, unfortunately, that after they pass, you found out about them and maybe discovered that you actually like their music?
Rappers that passed that I discovered after their passing.
Or that you might have known they existed, but you didn't really give them any attention until after they passed. Like you really gave them a second listen.
Mo3, Dallas artist, I was not very familiar with until he unfortunately passed in that very tragic way. I liked his music afterwards and have kind of did a deep dive into it. Tentacion, I know, is not really a great example because that kid was huge before.
It's a good example.
But after he passed, just the amount of people that were posting his music, you couldn't get away from it, obviously. And I was like, holy shit, I had this kid all the way wrong. Mm-hmm. Like, he is extremely talented and was about to be one of those ones. Mm-hmm. So those are just two, like, quickly off the head. I know X may not really count in that way because he was so big when he passed and I was just ignorant and unaware. But Mo3, I really enjoy his music and I was not aware of him until he passed.
One artist that I did start listening to more after he passed was Mac Miller.
Yeah,
like I obviously listened to him while he was with us, but in listening to him after his passing, like you felt with Triple X, I realized, I'm like, yo, this kid is really, really dope. He was like really talented. And another one that I didn't realize how many of my some of my favorite songs that I like, he was on P&B Rock.
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize how many of like some of my favorite joints that I listened to, like he's on the hook.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I was like, damn, like P&B was really like, a part of some of my daily listens that I didn't really notice until after he died. Like, this is him again on this hook. He's on this. He got a verse on this. Like,
when we were talking about, like, in those early Versus days, when we were talking about the Generation Now undercard, we had always, P&B was a tough act to go against.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a lot of shit.
To your
Dolph
point,
I listened to, but unfortunately after he passed, Dolph, I went back and listened to more rather than just some of the more popular records. And I was like, fuck, this guy's, he could rap. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So Cole, I see what you're saying, but I think there is some value. It's going to happen regardless. So let's try to find some type of value, I guess, in rappers passing and people just hopping on the wave to post them.
Dolph was one of the artists that I had a chance to go see at Irving Plaza, and I didn't before he passed. He had did a show in New York, and a few of my boys went, and they said the show was dope, and that I was really upset that I didn't take that opportunity because I never seen Dolph perform live. So he had did Irving Plaza, and my boys was like, yo, he killed it. And I was so mad I didn't go. And, you know, then unfortunately he passed away. So that was like a lesson for me. Like a lot of artists that I like, you know, if I ever get a chance to go see them perform live, like I definitely want to take the chance to go see them.
NewRoryNMal.